UK and Canada. I love both countries. Different kinds of ways to migrate to Canada, but for me, I migrated as a permanent resident to Canada, and that's the only thing I know. Like, hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Nancy Nixon. Thank you for staying tuned. Quick disclaimer, guys. I'm going to be talking a lot about UK and Canada. I love both countries. I particularly love the UK because of the food, the weather. Like, it's cold, but it's nice. Like, everyone looks forward to summer, and the change in seasons kind of like keeps you excited, you know. Summer, you dress summery. It's winter, you dress wintry. Don't you want to put on some winter jackets and winter boots? So, like, even though those might seem like things we're not used to as Africans, I still love it about the UK. So, and also, I'm not an immigration consultant, I'm not an agent, I'm just sharing my story online. But yeah, do stay tuned because I've got lots of questions since my last Instagram reel. Everyone wants to know how they can migrate from UK to Canada or from Nigeria to Canada. So I'm just going to make this quick video so that I can share it. And also, like, I've also got some questions where people were asking me, what about visiting visa? What about work visa? What about this? What about that? Yeah, there are other channels on YouTube where you can see different kinds of ways to migrate to Canada. But for me, I migrated as a permanent resident to Canada, and that's the only thing I know. Like, maybe in future I'm going to know more things, but for now, that's the only thing I know because that's the only thing that I actually did and worked for me. So I don't entertain questions about any other visa routes, except, okay, maybe study visa to the UK because I went to the UK as a student and then I switched to post-study visa. So yeah, maybe I'll give a quick recap on my immigration journey. For those who know me personally, in January 2011, I left Nigeria. I was in Abuja. I was working in Guarantee Trust Bank. I left to the UK to become a student in the UK. So I went for my master's. I had a BSc. Like, my immigration didn't even just start from UK. Let's go back. Let's go back to the days in India. And I love India as well because the weather is warm and people are nice. So, like, when you go to a place, just find out what you love about it and focus on that. Like, stop the negativity. It's allowing me to see so many comments on the video is like, oh, why would you leave the UK? Pounds, this, that. Life is not all about money. Life is not all about money, and different people have different reasons why they want to stay somewhere. Just because they've got family members in a certain place, that's why they want to go there. Okay, that's enough reason, really. You just might like the culture of a particular place, and that's the only reason why you want to go there. That's good enough as well. You don't particularly have to have it all. And so, of course, let me say this. This is gonna be my highlight. The organ of them all is still the United States of America. So, like, when we UK and Canada immigrants are and arguing, saying there's still the US where no one's talking, they're just chilling, you know, living a life. And if you've got your permanent status in US, oh my God, like, what else are you looking for? But don't people still leave the US? Some people still complain. People still want to go back to Africa. People still want to this. Like, you can never have it all with immigration. It's like you're constantly moving and constantly complaining of what shouldn't be. And there are people in Nigeria happy and saying they would never leave Nigeria. And I envy them. Like, it's lovely, you know, just stay home where you're comfortable with, where you know your way around, where you can get away with things, where you can get things done. There's so many advantages here. Maybe I'll do another video to just say advantages of UK, advantages of Canada, advantages of Nigeria. What? It's exhausting. But anyways, let's get into today's video. I'm just going to be saying a general overview of the immigration process in general to become a permanent resident. Not work visa, not asylum seeker, not visiting visa, not student visa in Canada. I don't know anything about it. Nothing. And I'm not researching on anything about it right now. So the first thing first is, what's your level of education? Okay, do you have a BSc, do you have a master's degree, or do you have PhD? So Canada Express entry, to the best of my knowledge, is point-based system, and then you get points for everything. So you get points for your age. The younger, the better. The higher the level of education, the better. The higher your IELTS score when you take the IELTS exam, the better. And don't come to me with I already speak English, you shouldn't take IELTS exam. Yeah, if you already speak English, then you should easily pass the IELTS exam, right? No, but you don't want it. You just, oh my god, I don't know. Okay, let's go back to the video. Okay, so the first step is to go on west.org. There are other verifying bodies. There's ICAS, IQAS, there's ICES as well that you can use to verify your degree, but I used west.org. So you go on west.org and then you create a profile, you make the payments, and you verify your degree. You only need to verify the most recent degree. So you only need to verify. If you're a PhD holder, you only need to verify your PhD. If you're a master's degree holder, you only need to verify your master's. If you have got a BSc, you only need to verify your BSc. And then you have a profile. So if at the time you're verifying your BSc, like my case was, because I'd been in Canada pool before even going to the UK. I tried becoming a Canada permanent resident from Nigeria. And it was taking forever. I started like during the COVID. With COVID, there was just no news about anything happening, nothing at all. So I was just stuck there. And I think I didn't have enough knowledge. I didn't know about PNP drawers and all of that. And maybe, who knows, maybe my profile was just crap. But I wrote IELTS and I got into the Canada pool. I didn't know what I was doing at that time. I was just there. Yeah. So at that time, I verified my BSc, which I did in India. So I had to get West profile and get someone from the university in India to cargo, because West wants it directly sent from the university. These days, there are online portals. They got a connection with some universities, so they made it easier. So your school might just be among one of the ones that they allow that they can submit online, but it has to go directly from the school to West. So you verify the most recent. And once you're done with West, while you're on West, just start reading for IELTS exam, okay? There are loads of videos on YouTube for IELTS listening, because listening, you have to actually listen and write down what you're hearing. So they might, they'll play a video or like an audio. You've got headphones in, you're listening, and then it says, like, maybe there's a conversation between two people that you're listening to. So I'm talking to Mr. B, and I'm like, hi, Mr. B, I need the address to 10A555. When you look at your question, it's going to be like address to, and then it puts dash, dash, dash. Like they want you to fill it in based on what you're listening, right? So that's IELTS listening. And then reading, just like every reading passage, you're given a comprehension passage, and then you have one question with like 4 options, and you need to pick the answer based on what you read from the passage, right? Quite easy, straightforward. And then writing, you're going to be asked to write a letter, because it's IELTS general, right? Some people have written IELTS for UKVI, some people have written IELTS for academic, but you need IELTS general for Canada permanent residents. So there's writing, so you're going to write a letter, either a formal, informal, or semi-formal letter. And then you're going to know which letter you're asked to write based on who you're asked to write to. So if you're asked to write to your landlord, it's a semi-formal letter. If you're asked to write to your friend, it's an informal letter. And if you're asked to write to like someone you don't know, maybe a hotel, making a complaint or apply for a job, it's a formal letter. So there's how do I say? I'm still gonna make detailed videos, because I know, oh my god, with these videos people are gonna come me. What next, Nancy? Like, it's probably going to be impossible to answer everyone, but like if there's a video, it's just be easy to just copy the link and send. So yeah, there are ways to know what's expected from the exam and how to get the marks expected, get high points in IELTS. Because if, like for example, IELTS listening, because it's the easiest, it's the easiest IELTS listening. So in IELTS listening, you're expected to have a band of 8.5 or 8, I'm not very sure, but I know it's not below 8. So in IELTS listening, if you do not practice properly and you do not get the band score expected, if the band score expected is 8.5 and you get an 8 instead of 8.5, you're going to lose 3 points in the express entry pool. Another question someone asked me in my DM is, what is pool? Please watch videos on YouTube. Like, these YouTubers are doing so much work, putting out their face out there and trying to send out all this information. please watch them. Please, like, that was what helped me every step of the way. I needed to know what next to do. There was a video out there already detailing it, so like just set what you're thinking on YouTube and you'd see what needs to be done. So like I'm going to explain pool. So after you've done West and you've read IELTS, you've aced it, you've passed, don't say, oh, I'm an English speaker, I'm going to pass IELTS. You, I've had people get 4 points in IELTS and they've been speaking English all their life, because IELTS has its own marking scheme and you need to know what the marking scheme is for you to know what to give. Simple, right? You think so, you want to think so. Anyways, right, do West, do IELTS. For some people, yeah, it might be money, because like you don't have money for the West because everything's in dollars, in it. But like if you're writing IELTS in Nigeria, IELTS is in Naira, so it's like I think 200,000 Naira now with British Council. But with IDP, it's still like 100 and something thousand thereabout. So like you want to book your exam in time, 2-3 months ahead. Give yourself some time so you can go back and read. There are loads of materials for IELTS reading that you can download PDF format and read at home. And then for IELTS listening, there are audios on YouTube. For IELTS speaking, it's better you get someone to practice with. So there are even coaching centers in Nigeria where you can do IELTS speaking. Okay. And then you go into the pool. Simple. You go on IRCC's website and create a profile that gets you into the pool based on your IELTS score, based on your level of education, based on your age, based on your marital status, based on your work experience, based on where you studied. So if you studied in Canada, you'd have more points than someone who studied, who is foreign trained, just like that. But to be fair, with a master's degree, even if you've not got family in Canada, your score will be like 480 if you're like 29, 30. If you've got family in Canada, your score will probably be like 490 something. Currently, with the draws that have been going on, if you've got 490, you're not going to stay too long in the pool. 500 and above. There are other ways to increase your score. There are other ways to increase score, but I'll just beg, like, if it's something you want to do, stop thinking about the whole thing. It's like anything in life, right? Stop seeing the whole mountain. Stop all the reasons why not. Just stop it. Do the first step. West. Accredit your university degree. I've done West. Go and do IELTS exam. Go create that profile in the pool with your low points. Create it like you don't know what can happen. Tomorrow, the government of Canada, disclaimer, I have no influence to anything government of Canada does, and I appreciate being in Canada. I love it. I love being in Canada. Finally, after the first time I got into Canada Express Entry Pool was 2021, and this is 2024. So like, finally, yay! I'm in Canada. I'm so happy to be here, and I don't want to be anywhere else. This is where I want to be. I love it here, and I love the UK. So we're still gonna go back to that, compare UK and Canada, and see how I've been settling and stuff. But I love being here. I love being a permanent resident. I can't wait to be a citizen of Canada. Okay, so when you create Express Entry Pool, then there are draws every week, every 2 weeks, every month, depending on the need of the country. Like, let's be logical, guys. If you were the government of Canada, would you just pick everyone in the pool? Or would you just bring even people that are not in the pool into Canada? Like, they also need to protect their citizens to make sure that, quality people are coming in. You're not coming in and then there are no jobs to feed you and stuff. So like, when they see that there is a need in a certain area, they kind of make a draw for that. So if they need more people in transport system, they might make a draw for transport workers. If they see that there's need for agriculturists, farmers and the likes, maybe there's shortages in Canada, then they make a draw for that. So like, you just need to study. If you really want to move to a country, you need to understand what's happening there. And it starts with you watching the YouTube videos. It starts with you asking questions and making progress. Stop asking the same questions over and over. I'm not making any progress. Some people take 1 whole year before they go write the IELTS exam. Let's not also forget that these countries here they're not your country. You're not born there, so that you don't have those rights, right? So people have more rights than you in those countries. Fine, that's where you were born. That's how God made it. You were born in Africa. I was born in Nigeria. I'm Nigerian. I always have my Nigerian passport. I can go to Nigeria. If God forbid, if I get sent away from any of these countries, I have to go back to Nigeria. Like, there has to be somewhere on earth that accepts me, right? And it's Nigeria. So like, they have to keep favoring people who are born here before any immigrant or whatever, which makes logical sense, yeah. So after that, it's a waiting game. That's when you pray. That's when you try to see how you can increase your score. So there are things that could increase your score. Let's hope that you aced your IELTS and that you maxed out your IELTS, because some people now at this point want to go back and retake IELTS exam so that they could get most points from IELTS. So it's better for you not to miss that IELTS. So there are other ways to increase your score. If you're a French speaker, go take the French exam as well. If you've got a spouse in Canada, yeah, or family in Canada, and you didn't add that at the time you get into your pool, maybe you got married after you got into the pool, you go back and add. Having family in Canada is 15 points, or with spouse in Canada. Also, you can get a PMP nomination. So it's I'm going to explain this to Nigerians. Like, when you're in the pool, federal government can pick you. Okay. Also, state government. So you could get picked by Lagos State, you could get picked by Ogun State, you could get picked by Osun State, right? Not just federal government of Nigeria picking you, which is the, that's like the one that makes sense, right? When you get picked by Ogun State and you have a PMP that wants you, you've gone through their own process, submitted all their documents and stuff, it gives you 600 points. Most people in the pool usually have 400 to 500 and something points. So imagine a PMP giving you 600. So you already had your 400 points. And now a state has nominated you. You now have 600 plus the 400 that you have. Now, federal has to pick you. Because your points are above 1,000, which is like 1% of people in the pool. Makes sense, right? And then there are other specific draws, healthcare draw, tech draw, based on your level of your work experience, right? So it's a waiting game. And then, yeah, hallelujah, one day you get picked. What next? At this stage now, you need to submit your documents. So everything you said in the pool when you were getting to the pool. So like, let's give it to Canada government, because like, they literally let you create a profile blindly. Like, just trusting you, like what you're saying is true. And you get picked based on that. No one verifies anything. You're just in a pool. If you say you have a PhD, you're just in a pool there. You're like, yo, she said you had a PhD. Okay, let's pick her. Blindly without being sure. So now this is the stage where they're like, okay, you said you have a PhD. Can we see your PhD degree, your transcript? Can we see this? Can we see that? So some of the things that they ask for are your university degree. They ask for your IELTS exam certificate. They ask for all this is happening naturally, so yeah, it's gonna be it's not easy, yeah. They're gonna ask for maybe birth certificate, or if you say you have a family related, like something related to that person that lives in Canada, they're gonna ask for proof of funds. So proof of funds, there's exact amount. You need to search on Google how much is expected. Family of one, Canada Express entry system. Family of one, to just me, a single lady, 13,317 Canadian dollars. Family of two is about 15,000, and then it increases. So if you have 2 children, 3 children, you need to be sure of exactly how much is needed, so that by the time you submit your documents are not sent back to you. All right, okay, and your reference letters from work, the places you said you have work experience in, all lined up there. So yeah, work experience from all those places. You would also need to show the states, the countries you live in. Like for me, I was even asked to still show police report from India. So the countries you lived in the last 10 years, you need to show police report from them. Okay, and there are ways to go about that properly to get the proper one as well. Really, international passports, all of those tiny documents, and then you make your payments. At the time I was filing, it was 1,500 Canadian dollars for one single person. It's a lot more for family of 2, family of 3, but the difference isn't so much. So about 1,500 Canadian dollars to 2,000 Canadian dollars. Okay, so after you submit your documents, again, it's still waiting game. So I would advise people, really, when you're processing Canada permanent resident, you still need to go on with your life, wherever you are, like, still go on with your job. If you're a student, still go on with your studies, but you just know that, yeah, it's in process. And of course, it's a permanent status, so you need to be patient. Like, I think the only thing you can get better than permanent status in Canada is maybe you get visa lottery in the US, which Nigerians have been banned from. Yeah, so if you're not getting that, then you either be getting married to someone who has one of these statuses somewhere. To get the ILR in the UK, you have to stay 5 years on work visa or be married to your British citizen for 5 years in that country. So for me, yeah, Canada permanent status is of that pata of them all. You get it? Okay. So after that, then you go for medicals. When you pick from when you submit your documents and everything's fine, they'll tell you when to go for medicals. You go for medicals, about £350 in the UK. I don't know how much it is in Nigeria. Medicals, they just check like your vitals, and they do some blood tests, urine tests, you're pregnant or you got HIV and AIDS or syphilis. I don't think it will stop you from going. I don't have anything. Okay, my result was fine. But I don't think it will stop you from entry, but I think like they just need to have a data of how much HIV positive patients are in, or how much this and that, you use glasses and all of that. Just a way to have a data of what's in Canada. Okay, and then of course you're coming in saying you're going to be able to work, you're coming in as a federal skilled worker, so you're supposed to be fit as a federal skilled worker. Okay, and then after that you go for biometrics, where your fingerprints get taken. You'll be given the venue and stuff for where to go to, and then you get your confirmation of permanent residence. Woo! Celebration. It's all over. Now we're permanent resident in Canada. Yeah. Anyways, guys, like when you get your COPR, you're not mandated to get into Canada straight away. Like, I can't imagine how beautiful this process is. Whoever implemented it thought it through. Like, that person must have been an immigrant to be in immigrant shoes to know what we want, because it's so well thought of. So you're even given 1 year after getting your permanent resident status to come to Canada. If you know me and you have access to me, like, please start processing Canada permanent residence. It's like the most beautiful thing to ever be created, really. I'm not even gonna lie, guys. I don't think there's anything as nice as this. And cheers, like, I'm really grateful to Canada government for coming up with something like that. So yeah, you're not mandated to move to Canada straight up, which is nice. It gives you like a whole year to plan and move, save up some more money, and then come to Canada. Okay, guys. Thank you for watching. I don't want to bore you. When the video gets too long, then it's hard to like assimilate all of it at once. So I'm still gonna make more videos detailing like step by step and like putting out the links and all of that. But this is like a general overview. So stay tuned, hit the like button, drop a lovely comment. If you're not following me on Instagram, follow me on Instagram, slide in my DM, ask your questions. I'm always there to answer your questions. Don't forget to subscribe so you can watch more videos like this. Thank you.